Hi, Mark here from the Tangent-Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent-Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent-Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent-Bound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Hey guys, this is Venice, and I've got a message from a friend of mine about my favorite podcast.
It's your boy, Flavor Flav in full effect. Check this out, everybody. I want y'all to go check out TJ.
What's good, everybody? TJ Johnson here for Voice from the Underground. I am the most handsome.
Big Has.
And I'm smoking my cigar, of course.
You know what I'm saying? The Dutch.
You pick me up in an Uber and a PT Cruiser, I'm calling Lyft.
Cause they be fighting the power, talking about social issues, politics, you know what I'm saying?
And we're not even that good.
Right, we're terrible. Terrible. Tangents all over the place.
And not only that, but they be keeping it fun with the sports, music, comics, and movies too.
Am I allowed to talk?
I think no, not right now.
Shut up, colonizer!
You know what I'm saying? He on Twitter at VFU Podcast. So you can find them. So check 1, 2. This is Flavor Flav. Yeah, boy.
Okay, what Flav was trying to say is, check out Voice from the Underground on your favorite podcast network.
Voice from the Underground.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty
Hey enthusiasts, what's going on? This is Salty Language, episode 423.
The sexiest podcast in a network 423 times in a row.
At least.
At least.
Yeah.
At least.
Plus
How you doing, Brian?
Plus, a couple lost episodes and enthusiasts and whatever.
Well, I mean, you know.
Well, if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Ninjas.
Oh, man. So, yeah, how you doing, Tony?
Yeah, I'm all right, Brian. I mean, it's a Sunday night. It's been a lazy Sunday. Lots of napping today.
Yeah.
You know, but I was kind of up late last night hanging with, our pal Mike, and we had a few pints and sitting out by the fire till, I don't know, like 2 in the morning or something crazy.
Yeah. That'll do it.
You'll have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finally got him down to inside the 5 there. And
oh, yeah, that's right. He hadn't been there yet. I forgot.
He had not been there. We had a time.
I would think so. Yeah, I'm
sad
I couldn't join you guys. Because I had a pretty bad migraine yesterday, and when I woke up and it was mostly gone, and I saw your message, and I was like, man, because that sounded way better than what I ended up doing. So,
right.
You know.
I mean, you know, you'll be all right.
I guess. But I could have had a time, though.
Could have had a time, Brian.
Oh, well.
I mean, you know, it was just honestly just a lot of sitting around BSing and just having some beers and just, you know, catching up.
Yeah, which is, you know, right up my alley, so, yeah.
I mean, naturally.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Bitch. Yeah. That's all right, though. There'll be other times.
Right. Oh, man. But, yeah, so it's been one of them Sundays.
Feels like it's been I mean, I know it's been, because we recorded crazy early last week.
Yeah, because of Labor Day weekend.
Right. So it's been, what, a week and a half-ish?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we've sat down and done this nonsense.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier today when I was looking at some stuff I had in my notes, you know, because I was like, really? We didn't talk about that yet? You know, kind of a thing. And I was like, oh, we haven't had a chance to talk about that yet. So,
I know, right? It's crazy.
Tis
crazy, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, how's your stuff been?
It's been pretty, just pretty average. For some reason, I've been dealing with a lot of migraines again, though.
Really?
Yeah, and it's weird because usually once the weather kind of levels, I'm usually okay for a little while. But
right.
And it's been pretty level. I mean, we had a couple days where the humidity picked up a little bit. We had a little rain, but like today was, I mean, there was some rain, and yesterday was pretty nice day, and I had a brutal headache yesterday. So I don't know. Something else triggering it, I guess. So
strange, man.
It's probably just because my brain, was like, punishing me ahead of time for, hanging out with my brother instead of you and Mike.
Yep. See what happens?
Yeah. My brain's like, I don't want to do this. This is what happens when you make me angry.
Exactly.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that's, been pretty.
Holy shit.
Oh, my God.
Had a heart attack.
End of the period. Yeah.
Yeah, period's over. It's time to go get beers.
Sweet.
I know, right?
Man, it was kind of weird. I was watching, was it Thursday night? I'm watching the football game. And during the game, because NBC carries the NHL, during the season or whatever, they're like, hockey is back. And I'm like, is it? I'm like, I didn't think hockey was back until like October. But, I mean, I know it's in September, but it's still like, can we get through the first football game of the season before
they start lining up the next sport?
Right. Not that, don't get me wrong, I ain't mad at it because, we both enjoy the hockey, so it's...
Yeah, the hockey's great.
I'm fine with it. I love it, actually, when that time of season comes around because, I'll watch basketball if it's on, too. So, at a certain point in the season, we got football, basketball, hockey all going on, and playoff baseball for that short window. So, as a sports nerd, I'm like,
You're
about
all in
it
right now, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, but it was kind of having that that moment of when you're at the store and you see and it's like April and you see Halloween candy and you're like, really, like Jesus hasn't even come back from the cave yet, can we at least get past that? Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, it's I'm not ready for fall and stuff. Like, I like fall, but I want more summer.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I want this part of summer.
Around in a Jeep today, totally nude, not me at a Jeep.
Well, probably both.
I mean, whatever.
Well, okay, you weren't totally nude. You had a towel over your lap.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I was so excited. Just
Yeah.
in case.
Right. In case the police pull you over. Like, I'm not nude.
Yeah, right.
I got a towel.
Yeah, exactly. I got my groin towel on.
Yeah.
Patent pending.
Right. Such a catchy name. Rolls right off the tongue.
I know, right? It's
Groin towel.
it's like the more masculine version of a Snuggie.
and a much smaller version of a Snuggie.
Much smaller version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing having one arm in the front. And,
Yeah, exactly.
Open in the back, of course, right?
Well, of course.
Okay. Just
Naturally.
making sure.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't like a nice brisk breeze on the buttocks, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it keeps things fresh.
Yeah. Certainly
Yeah.
it'll help. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nature's baby powder, the air.
Right. Do a couple deep squats to air the grundle out, you know?
As you do.
Yeah.
It's in the instructions.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm with you, though. As much as, you know, obviously I hate hot weather, but, like, this part of summer I'm cool with, you know, where it's still, like, in the 70s, nice breeze most of the time. It's like this I could take all year round. This would be great.
Yeah, I mean, if it feels like this year round, I think I'd be okay with it.
Yeah. The problem in this area is really that a lot of times, like, as soon as one leaf hits the ground, we have, like, 10 feet of snow. You know?
Yeah, that's definitely how it was last year.
Yeah. It's like, oh, look, the
Yeah.
leaves are finally starting. Oh, my God, it's 30 below.
Yeah. I mean, that was literally our last fall and winter.
Yeah.
It was like all the leaves fell, and I was like, sweet, I can go out there and rake all these things up then. And then it was like a foot of snow on top of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. I was like,
This is
okay, then.
bullshit.
Yeah. You know what the answer to all that is, right?
Fire.
Yep. A nice cleansing fire.
Yep.
Gets rid of the snow and the leaves. And
Exactly.
maybe some of whatever else is underneath there. You know, bodies, documents you
Neighbors.
need destroyed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, as one does.
As you do.
Exactly. As you do. So.
But yeah.
That's been it for basically for me. I really haven't done a whole lot again. It's, you know, I talked on the Crazy Life how I kind of was getting the itch a little bit for some, like doing some like graphic design stuff and,
Oh, nice.
whatever. But the problem is, you know, I really need to do a refresher on the programs. Like, I can't remember how to do shit in any of the programs. So I need to find me some online, you know, and by online, I mean more so like YouTube, like learning.
Well, yeah. I mean, YouTube's amazing.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Because for a quick hot minute, I considered the whole, like, you know, maybe I'll, you know, finish a graphic design degree. And I was like, you know, there's online schools that have, like, certificate programs for, like, Photoshop, InDesign, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I feel like the money would be better spent there. Because I've already got the education for, like, the foundation in fundamentals for, you know, graphic design and whatnot. So,
yeah, you got the basement built.
yeah, I just need to learn how to use the new tools. Or newer, not new, they're not, you know, but you know what I'm saying. The new versions of the tools, yeah.
Yeah.
Because some of them have drastically shifted since I really was using them in school. You know, like,
I'm sure.
Like InDesign used to be PageMaker, you know. So it was you know, named a totally different program back then and stuff, so yeah.
Plus, you know, you only had those like green monochromatic monitors.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I remember those days.
Yeah. Like, numbers munchers, holy shit, dude, wait, this is in color, what?
Fucking sick. I remember that everyone would rush to those computers that had like 4 colors on them instead of just the green.
Yeah. I remember when the schools got them, we had like one.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, we went to the same school, but it was like, I was a year ahead of you, but I just remember like when we got the color one, we got one. And then the rest were all the green ones. Like you said, it was always like, rush to the first one. I remember they actually had a thing where we would rotate every so often you had to jump off of that one because it had like a different numbers munchers or something like that on it, and it was like
yeah, the newer version. It was sick.
Yeah. So I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna go over here and play Oregon Trail.
Exactly. I'm gonna shoot 8,000 pounds of bear meat.
Yep. I'd only be able to carry. Yeah, I was gonna say I'd only be able to carry like 5. I'm so weak.
That was always my favorite.
You've
if
hunted
it moves,
bears.
it dies. That's how I hunted in Oregon Trail.
Yep. You've hunted bears to extinction. Uh-oh. Yeah, but everyone has these lovely throw rugs.
Yeah, look at these sick hats we all have.
Yeah. Fantastic. Oh, man. So how about you? What's been going on?
Well, Labor Day weekend, that was cool. You know, I went up to the cottage for like the last Labor Day, unless whoever's gonna potentially buy it backs out, because my stepdad's like, if they back out, I'm not selling this place.
Well, then I feel like you and I need to take a road trip.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Like
go out with some friggin' bricks and tire irons.
Yeah, maybe see if we can massage their decision a little bit.
Yeah, right. And I honestly think he's gonna super regret selling that place once it's all said and done.
I do too. Yeah.
I mean, he's been going up there since him and my mom were together.
Right.
And they've been going up there for like 20 years.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So I mean.
Yeah. It's not like the normal places. I know he is used to just, swoop in, fix it, kind of, bounce and make $1 or $3. This is a little different. This has got a lot of memories tied to it. So
yeah, and it's like he knows that, like the last on Labor Day, my mom's like, "Oh, we're gonna have like a Bloody Mary bar, and we're inviting people over." I was like, "Oh, that sounds cool." I'm like, what are we talking about? And she's like, the guest list is up to 44.
Holy jeebus! She invite like everybody?
It's just everybody that lives around there.
Wow.
Just,
that doesn't surprise me. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw your pictures of the bar of it. I was like, oh, there's quite a bit laying out there. Because at first in my head, I'm going, how many people are there? Because I'm even thinking like, whoa, like, you and Michelle and your mom and Chuck. And in my head, I'm like, I can get up to like 10, of the people I know kind of around there, the ones I've seen them kind of associate with and whatnot, or the ones that have talked to us when we're up there, So I was like, how many damn people they invite?
Yeah, but it's just like that's just his zone. I think he's gonna as soon as he doesn't go there, he's gonna be like, man, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
Because like even we went up to the pub, weird.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, and like some just grizzled old dude walked in with this big giant white beard. And my stepdad said, hey, Craig, happy birthday. Hugs him.
Right. Like, what are you up to now, 750?
Yeah, he did. He looked like he came down from the mountain, basically.
His name's actually Merlin. And
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's going to, I'm bummed it's going to be sold because.
I mean, I didn't go up there a lot, but I am too. It was nice, the different times I've been up there. I've always had a time up there, so.
Well, and plus, my thing with it is it's an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
And any weekend, I can be like, I'm going to go to the cottage.
Yeah. Yeah, you literally can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but whatever, it is what it is.
Yep. True enough.
But we did go to, because it's the first, every Labor Day weekend, they have the Auburn Auto Auction. My stepdad always goes.
Okay.
And I've never been able to go.
Yeah.
In the past.
Yeah, I've never been to one of those. I've seen them on TV and stuff, but I've never been to one. Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We ended up going, and it was my stepdad, a buddy, two of his buddies, and Michelle and I. We all crammed into the truck, and they had 2 golf carts on a trailer behind us, and we went. And I don't know how he does it, because he I'm like, hey, I still got to get tickets. He's like, guys, don't make eye contact, follow me. Like, oh, okay. So we all hop on golf, and you're supposed to pay to register your golf carts. For sure, didn't register.
Wow.
And they like his buddy, got them both VIP tickets, so they get like their own little special bar and whatever.
Yeah.
But we did get close parking because of it. So they're ahead of us on a golf cart. It's just 2 of them, and it's 3 of us, the other one. And the dude who's driving the golf cart I'm on, he has a ticket. So, they go through, and then the guy's like, oh, I got to scan your tickets. And he scans the guy driving. And he looks at us, and he's like, do you guys got tickets? And I'm like, ah. And then just as I say, I'm like, talking to the guy, and the dude driving a golf cart ahead of us with my stepdad, like, kind of raises an envelope. I'm like, I think he's got them. The guy's just like, you know what? Let's just not make this a big deal. You guys just go on.
Wow. Oh, boy.
So that saved us $50. That was cool.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was because the three of those guys piled up in a golf cart, and they just let us use the outer golf cart.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 3 hours of just driving around in a golf cart, and we still didn't see everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it was huge. I haven't seen that many cars in one place.
I assume, like, they just have them all, like, laid out, basically, then?
Well, it's like they have the auction building, and those are the ones obviously they're going to be auctioning, and they've got a bunch of tents behind it full of the cars that are auctioning.
Yeah.
And then outside they have it's called the car corral. It's just where anybody can show up and sell their car.
Oh, okay.
And then they have a huge swap meet.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So, I mean, there was some cool shit there. Cars I've never seen before.
Oh, I bet. Yeah,
because the car corral was crazy stuff in there. And then the swap meet, it's like, you see, like, it looks like they literally just ripped all the counters of like a diner.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's cool.
Like the little jukeboxes.
Yeah.
And just everything you could think of.
Right.
They had. It was crazy.
I've been to some of the swap meets around those, like around like car shows, like the ones we used to go do, when I was growing up and stuff. And I used to walk through them, even though I really have I'm not a gearhead by any account. Like I'm walking through, I don't know what 99% of this stuff is, but there was still some really cool stuff in there that, just some of the random,
things people bring.
Yeah, exactly. And just not everybody was selling car parts either. Some people were selling stuff for the garages. Like you were saying, it's like there was one guy at one of them we went to, and all he sold was like old school jukeboxes.
Yeah.
And then he had a huge section next to him that just had a bunch of like records for him. And I was like, oh, I bet that's really cool to whoever it is that does and wants those things, like for me, whatever, but it was cool to look at the old jukeboxes, but.
Speaking of records, I saw this earlier today. This is the first year in, I don't know how long, vinyl's going to outsell CDs.
Yeah, I saw that, which makes sense, because you don't see CDs. You don't see people buying them. Oh, boy. But you don't see people buying CDs very often. Like when you're in line at a store or something, like you just don't see it much anymore. Because why would you? Yeah. Everybody's got Spotify now, or you just, buy it for your digital collection or whatever.
But no, it was.
I'm sorry, not buy it. You rent it for your digital collection.
It was cool to see things. Like you said, there was a lot of parts of any car you could ever think of.
Yeah.
But then there was people that had like old little Honda scooters or like old Schwinn bikes.
Right, exactly.
Like I said, there's one guy that had nothing but like diner stuff, like old like malt machines and.
Right, because like I said, there's a lot of people that'll do that kind of stuff in like their garage or their game room or whatever it is in their houses and stuff. So yeah, that's.
Like one dude was there. He had a big long trailer. It was just full of just neon signs.
Oh yeah, cool.
And they're all like lit up and shit. It looked really cool.
Nice.
It was like. Yeah.
Probably a guy who does some sort of restoration, I would imagine, or at least has someone who does restoration.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
that's
real smart for a couple reasons.
It was cool to went in to see the auction too.
Yeah.
And that was wild to watch because it's like there's people just yelling and on stage and yeah and they push out a car and 5 minutes later, someone dropped 110,000.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? We've watched some of those. I forgot what the one that's on TV every year. That's the
Mecum.
Yeah, that one. And I've watched that a few times, and it's like, good Lord. Like, my favorite is when they'll roll out a car and they'll be talking about it and be like, ooh, it's unfortunate that it has, I don't know, something trivial. And they'll be like, that's going to bring the price down about $150,000. And you're like, are you kidding me? Like, it's missing a driver's side mirror or something like that. Or I don't know. Or it's got this mirror instead of this mirror, and it's nuts,
Yeah, it was wild to watch.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
I'm just like, Jesus, these people are dropping just,
yeah.
so much money. It's like, where's all this fucking money come from?
Yeah, I know.
You know?
I know.
I mean, when
it's
we
so
were
tough.
getting off the highway to go, there was a car leaving the auction. Dude was pulling a trailer, had 4 cars on it.
Oh, wow.
It's like, Jesus.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, you used to see a lot of those at like the car shows and stuff we did, but those were just being shown. You know, like those really, I mean, maybe they were, I mean, you know, if the price is right, I mean, we all know what $1 Million Man says, you know, everyone's got a price, but.
Exactly.
For the most part, there weren't car sales going on at those places. You know, it was just
people showing off their rides.
Yeah, like open their trailers, back 2 cars out, open their other trailer, back 2 more cars out or something, you know, and show them off. Maybe drive them around when they do the like parade, like at night or whatever, you know. Or my favorite is when you get over into the one area where they'd have the ones doing burnouts and throwing flames out of the back ends and shit. Those were always fun to be part of at night. You know, that was kind of a fun environment. But even though I'm sure it was amazing for my lungs.
Oh, yeah, you're probably still paying the price.
Yeah, probably. But it was a lot of fun, especially as a kid. You know, it was just something kind of cool because it's like, yeah, wreck it, you know, because on one hand, it's, you know, it's cool, but on the other hand, it's like, you know, like, dude, you're just destroying your tires. What are you doing?
Yeah, I know. That always fascinates me.
Yeah. Or worse, risking other damage to the car if the tire blows, you know, because you could dent, scratch, whatever, you know. But it was still fun. Yeah. And everybody seemed to enjoy it. They drew like crazy for those. I mean, it's not like it cost anything, you know. Everybody just shows up and watches the cars drive around, and you know, if somebody'd have like hydraulics or, you know, flame shoot out the back end or whatever, you know, get a cheap pop from the crowd off of that, you know, and
right.
So, yeah, it was just stupid fun, you know.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
then you head up to the concessions counter with your best girl and get you a malt and no.
There you go. Yeah, nice little cheeseburger.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, it was just like cars I've, you know, only seen on like the internet, you know, I'm looking at.
Right. Yeah.
And cars never even heard of. I mean, because like you were saying, I'm not a gearhead per se, but I can appreciate.
Yeah. Right.
You know.
Here's a question for you, because I haven't been to one of those kind of shows. Do they have the cars roped off, or can you get like right up to them?
You can get, like, some people were like getting in them and shit. And I
was
wow. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, for the amount of money that some of those cars are worth, that's why I didn't know if maybe they'd have them kind of roped off to where it's like, hey,
they
a little close.
But people were insane.
Wow.
Like you know, I told you, like they had buildings inside, and there was like you know, red carpet down and roped off, but people were just going, you know, checking out the cars, going behind the ropes and stuff. Later in the day, when I'm like, well, hey, you know, we never went that one back building. Let's go check it out. There's just an old guy back there driving around there with a golf cart. This is like, you're inside, man. What the fuck are you doing?
He's just doing donuts.
I mean, it was, I don't know, people were crazy there. You know, the people watching was off the charts, of course.
I would think so, yeah.
The food was all terrific, too, because, you know, food trucks and fair food. And
Nice.
Except Michelle bought a soda, and it was the worst decision of her life.
Oh, yeah?
Well, because it was like the syrup was all fucked up, and we're like, oh, we gotta switch it, and then they switched it, and it was still terrible. And,
yeah,
you know, it was a nice. She might as well have just taken her $6 and just burned it.
Yeah,
better use of it.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
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 Or whatever.
Like
that was a nice little weekend at the cottage, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We did get, you know, completely shanghaied and going in the pub on the way back from the auction.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? Because
it
was Chuck's brother's birthday, so he was there.
Or a day ending in Y. Yeah.
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 And yeah, and we're like, hey, you guys are gonna follow us to the pub, right? And we're like, we're in the truck with you. Oh, okay, let's go.
Sounds like somebody had a couple sodas before the road.
Yeah, right.
Shit.
So yeah, but I mean, and then, you know, it was, sometimes I worry about my stepdad. I'll be honest, but you know, the next day it was the same deal. Let's go have lunch at the pub. We sat down for like an hour and a half, and we're like, we haven't ordered food yet.
Yeah, he was having lunch.
And you know, we drove separate because I was like, I don't want to get stuck at the pub again.
Yeah.
And you know, unfortunately, it's in Indiana. You could smoke inside still.
Oh yeah, I forgot. They're still backwards like that. Yeah.
It's backwards is 100% right.
Yeah.
This dude sitting next to Michelle was just chain smoking.
Of course. He's
And it wasn't
making
even like
up
he
for all
was-
the states where you can't.
Yeah, for sure. But it's not like he was even like ingesting them. He just light it and let it burn next to him, and take a couple puffs and then just sit there and let it burn.
I do not
And
understand
like, I don't
that.
know, it was like one after another.
For the cost of
And then he
cigarettes,
went and
that's so
sat-
crazy, you know?
I know, right?
Yeah.
And then he went and like sat down next to some other guy at a table, and we're like, oh, thank God. Not 2 seconds later, another guy sits down, his door lights up. It's like, all right. And I was like, all right, wrap up your drink. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, right.
Like, I like that. I do like that pub,
Mm-hmm.
but I could do without the smoking inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hate to be that guy, because once upon a time I was always like, oh, you're in a bar. What do you expect? Now I'm like, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Look, if there was like zero chance I could get cancer from inhaling that and didn't have sinus issues, I'd be like, whatever, do whatever you want to yourself. But the fact that I just by sitting there become, a leech for that stuff, it's like, yeah, maybe I don't want to do this. So I'm with you.
For sure, right?
I would be like, yeah, at some point, and be like, all right, it's time to bounce. Like we can, if we're just going to drink, we can go do that at the cottage and sit outside,
Yeah, well, yeah. And like Leah went up and she brought all of her friends, and, because the day before we all went to the auction, I told her, I'm like, hey, I'm, going to the car auction. It was like, oh. I'm like, no, you're not coming with me. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Right.
But I'm like, I'm just letting you know, because, you're going to be here for your friend. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. Well, then when we went after the auction to the pub and we were walking, and my mom's sitting there, I'm like, so just Leah and her friend are at the cottage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she started texting me, where are you at? We're here. I'm like, I know. I can't drive. I'm trying to leave.
Yeah.
But the next day, I'm like, I'm driving separate. I'm not getting stuck here. I'm not going to leave her at the cottage by herself again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because, unfortunately, because it is also Indiana rules, the kids are not allowed in the pub.
Right.
You have to be 21 to go in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, not that they don't want to hang out there. It's not that they don't have, like, video games or anything in there.
Yeah.
But
well, excuse me. That's the thing, though, is it's like there's not a lot of other places to go right there.
No, not really.
It's not like downtown Toledo or something where you have a variety of choices. It's a pretty small, street of places. Yeah,
right. Yeah, there's a couple spots, and that's about it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. The whole, it was weird. It was a weird last weekend at the cottage, because it was like, because I've been there, going there so long. It's like, man, this might be the last time I'm sitting by this fire pit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that is
just weird.
It's a large book of memories to close.
Yeah, exactly. And then it was like, but at the same time, because I was talking to my sister about it, it's like the past couple of years have been like less going out on the water, with like my parents, and more just hanging out in the pub. And I'm like, I don't miss that.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah, because you can do that anywhere.
I'll just stay at the cottage anyway, because I was like, I don't want to just sit in a bar all day.
Yeah. Yeah, because literally, why try an hour and a half to sit in a pub? You can do that here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Water's different, because, here it's got that lovely green foam on it. So.
Yeah, the nice poisonous algae.
Delicious. It was funny. Last night my mom was watching. It was on, I think, the Weather Channel, or I don't know. It was on one of the channels, and it was a thing about like showing like crazy shit weather related that happens around the world. And one of them was, I can't remember where it was now though, but they get an algae on top of their water, and it's because it's so salty because of I forgot where it comes from. I can't remember all the stuff behind it, but anyway, it's like pink. It looks like almost like pink lemonade water.
Really?
It's really cool looking, and I'm like, why do we have this ugly ass green when pink exists? Like, this is much cooler looking.
Yeah, right.
Like that, no one's going ew. You know, people are like swimming in it and walking through it and like, look, it's pink. You know, here everybody is like, so what chemical is this sludge coming from? You know?
Well, yeah, and it's like, I don't know about the pink stuff, but the stuff here, I've already heard stories about people fishing and crap.
Yeah.
They get that crap on their skin and it gets them sick.
Yeah. Well, this stuff, I guess it's, a lot of it has to do with like the different, like what type of algae it is or whatever. And I guess the algae on this, it really gives off a significant, beta carotene, which is where some of the reddish tint, you know, comes from, for it. So it seems as though it's perfectly okay. Like they showed people swimming in it and stuff with, you know, like happily swimming in it. Not like here where, you know, they get out of the water and their hair falls out or something.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. They start coughing up blood.
Yeah. Grow a third eye and or breast. Yeah.
Shitting safety scissors for some reason.
Right. That's, yeah. Well, one thing,
at least for safety scissors.
Yeah, I was going to say, or if they were left-handed scissors, they won't cut you at least. But
sure, those won't cut anything.
Did you see, there was a thing, I read a snippet from it the other day, that's saying that people who are left-handed that were wired differently.
No, I did not see this.
Yeah, and I was reading that and I'm like, yeah, duh. Like,
no shit.
Like again, it's like there's so many people who it basically was saying that one of the things that they found is that they think, and again they'd have to do more science, blah blah, you know, all that stuff. But they were finding that people who are left-handed tend to be more proficient at like verbal, like speaking and stuff like that. As I trip all over it, but you know,
hilarious actually.
Yeah,
speaking.
You know, words,
words,
yeah,
words.
So. It's like, it's funny to me. It's like, I understand scientists are going to study it because it's only, what is it, like 10% of people are left-handed. So they're trying to figure out why there's that 10% mutation, you know,
right.
Or a 90% mutation, whichever it is, you know.
I mean, I like to think I'm a mutant, so we'll go to 90%.
Yeah.
That's cool.
10% of us are the norm. The 90% are the exception. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's how math works. Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds about right.
Yeah. That's fun.
Sounds like solid maths to me.
Mm-hmm. But it's always funny to me because from the time I was little, there's always something that's, you know, studying left-handed people, trying to figure out why we're this way or why this or why, you know, and it's just funny. And again, I get it. If I were a scientist, I'd probably be doing the same thing, you know. But it is kind of weird how it just won't. It's similar to like it's interesting to me how being left-handed or like gay seems to be something that science is like, well, we have to figure out why. It's like, but no one is like, well, we have to figure out why people are straight. You know, like.
I mean, it's true, right?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you figure out why they're left-handed, to figure out why people are right-handed, maybe. I don't know, but.
I mean,
yeah.
But I'm with you. Like, what's it matter? They just are.
Yeah.
I mean, like if left-handed people were like their left hand was like a bone hook, then it'd be like, okay, we got to study this.
Yeah, right. Like that's some cool shit. How do we get bone hooks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if like left-handed people on average live to be 90, but right-handed people live to be like 70. Then I could understand, like, hey, there's a 20-year gap here. Let's figure out why, you know, type of thing.
Yeah.
And obviously it's the bone hook.
The bone hook,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. People don't fuck with us because bone hook.
But instead it's like, oh, when this person writes, they smeared their ink. We better figure this shit out.
So fucking true. I wish it weren't, but it is. It's only because of the stupid, you know, left to right concept.
Yeah, you should move to Japan, buddy.
I know. If only I could learn to write our language backwards, then I could just write.
Oh my God, imagine if you could do that.
Right from to left. Oh my God, that'd be crazy. Well, you know, it's weird because like when I was taking calligraphy, being left-handed is a significant disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because, first of all the videos you watch where they're like, here's how to do the things, are by a right-handed person. So now I have to look at that and go, well, it doesn't work that way when I do it because wrong hand. So, yeah. And also, if you ever watch, anyone you know that's left-handed, anyone listening, anytime you see somebody left-handed writing, look at how they hold their pen and or position the paper. You will see the craziest shit because if you take 10 of us, we probably all don't do the stuff the same way.
You got your own techniques figured out and shit.
Yeah, because that's the thing is like, for right-handed people, I've seen so many people that are the same, that hold a pencil or pen very similarly. And I think a lot of it's the teacher says, here's how you hold whatever. And you can go, oh, I get that. And you can just mirror it, essentially. With a left-handed person, it doesn't work that way because, again, you know, a right-hander is dragging that, you know, from, like you said, you're not smearing the ink because you're writing, you know, to the left of your hand.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm writing where my hand's going, you know, so it's weird. But, yeah,
I don't know. It's crazy stuff, man.
Yeah. It's kind of like I said, you know, same thing with, like, being gay. It's like, who cares? Like,
yeah,
they're
they
gay.
just are.
Yeah. Or you know, the gender dysmorphia and stuff. It's like, you know, I mean, let's just let people be who they feel they are, and then we don't have to worry about it, right? Let's put our money and science into better things.
Yeah, for sure.
Like figuring out how to get bone hooks.
Figuring out how to get bone hooks.
Yeah, for all. I don't care what gender or handedness you are. Bone hooks for all.
It's going to be the platform you're going to run on when you go for presidency.
It is.
Bone hooks for everybody. Every house gets a bone hook.
Yep. Sir, we can't make that happen. Then it becomes the Dr. Evil thing with sharks with frickin' laser beams. You know, all I wanted was bone.
Speaking of, you know,
bone hooks.
Not really bone hooks, but I guess weird nonsense like this that we're talking about.
All right.
That game that you brought up, I think, on the last episode.
Rogue Legacy.
I've been playing it.
Yeah.
It's a fun game.
It is.
It's fucking hard.
It was really frustrating at first, and I'm like, man, this is really annoying. Why am I on my 30th go on this?
Yeah.
Because, for anyone who hasn't played it...
You start off as a real basic bitch.
You basically do, yeah. And that's on purpose. Like, literally, the game is built for you to die a lot. And eventually you get strong enough because you've gotten enough gold, or at some point you figure out that you don't have to fight every enemy. You can just run past them.
Yeah, that took me a few go-throughs.
Yeah, similar to playing Mario.
Let's clear the room.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was doing too. And it's like you get touched by something and you're dead, and you're like, man.
Exactly, it's the worst.
And when you kill enemies, they're not dead for your next go-through because the game technically jumps forward like 30 years.
Even if you lock the castle down, which I've done before, all the enemies are still there.
Yep. The only ones I think that stay dead are the bosses. Like, I think if you kill the mini bosses or whatever, I think they stay dead, from what I read.
I haven't had a chance to kill it yet.
I have not either.
It more than once.
Oh, I haven't even gotten that far.
Yeah. I found him
terrible.
a few times. He's killed me every time.
Man.
But it's like the first time I got, was it called the Architect, where you can lock the castle down? So, because with this game, every time you die, the castle resets, so it's different.
Yeah.
Every room's different. It's bizarro.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, shoot, man! I found a room with 3 treasure chests in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna lock this mug down and go get those treasure chests.
Right.
Oh, I locked it down, and I got to that room, and they were all empty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That I didn't know.
So the treasure, if you get it, stays gotten.
Which makes sense.
God damn it.
Because everything else in the game is like that, too. Like, when you buy weapons from the, what do you call them? The smithy. When you buy weapons from him, like, if you die, your next character starts with those weapons. So you can carry stuff forward, you know? It's really frustrating. Because not only do things respawn, but like you said, it's not even like some games where you'll play and you'll like discover a bunch of area of the castle and then, oh, you die, so your next life, that's already rediscovered. Like you said, the whole castle shifts, so you're back to square one. And after a few run-throughs, I found myself getting really aggravated by it, and then it kind of clicked in my head. It's like the first X amount of run-throughs in this game, I think, are designed simply for you to just gear up.
Basically.
You die, you start over, you get gear, you die, you start over, you gear up. You just kind of build. And I noticed that I was getting... Also, your strategy gets better because you figure out a little better how to go after some of the enemies. And you learn stuff like anytime there's a picture in the room, you take a swing at it just to make sure. Like that kind of stuff. Because some of the paintings on the wall, move around and come after you. So the only thing I hate is that until you unlock it, you can't block attacks. I kind of hate that. You don't really have a shield, And once you have a shield, does it make a difference at some points? Because the first run through I had where I had a shield, I got way farther.
Right.
Because otherwise, if something shoots something at you, your only recourse is run away or jump.
Yeah.
And once you have a shield, it's a little different because you can, absorb it with that a little bit. But yeah,
I mean, it's a fun game, but it is a frustrating platformer.
Yeah. Have you played anywhere other than the castle yet? Have you gotten into any of the other parts yet?
Yeah, I got up until, what is it called, the Maya.
Okay.
And I went down into the basement into the dark or whatever.
I went in there once and died immediately. I went back, died immediately.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm done with this. So, because from what I read, that's the hardest part, I think.
Oh, really?
Is the dark area or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, it is a fun game though.
What do you think of the handicaps in there?
I was about to say the one thing I do enjoy is that because when you die, it gives you 3 offspring to choose from.
Yeah.
And some of them are it's like balanced fighter. You're like, oh, cool. And the other one's like, their stats suck, but they get really high crits.
Yeah.
But my favorite is when it's like glaucoma. The whole screen's dark, or they're colorblind. Or,
or the one.
If you've had the privilege of playing a Vertigo.
Oh my God, that was hard. That was so hard. Because it is literally, the board's laid out exactly the same, but it's upside down. And it just flipping stuff in your own brain while you're playing. It's one of those where you wish you were playing on something where you could just turn the screen upside down.
Yeah, for sure, right?
It'd be so much easier. Oh, man. But
it's
I enjoyed
a pretty cool game.
Yeah. Especially at the price point, because it was, $3.99, I think is what I paid for it.
Yeah, it was $3 or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean...
it's one of those where I think every so often I'll jump in there and probably die 20 times or whatever and, move on. I was trying to think, because some of them are no big deal, like the ones, where things are just blurry except for when it's right in front of you, or vice versa. Those are no big deal because you can still see everything else well enough, know. I expected it to be a little more handicapping than that, to where it would really kind of shrink your vision on the screen, essentially, so you just couldn't see stuff coming at you or whatever.
Have you gotten the one trait where it's just, because it's just, I can't remember what it's called, but it just says you're the one?
No.
So when how when it's you start the game, it goes building castle, and the gear's going, and you're in the castle. If you're the one, it says jacking in. And then you get in, and it looks like an 80s video game. It's all neon and crazy looking. And it took me a second to be like, oh, you're seeing the framework of the video game, like you're Neo.
Right, yeah. Oh, that's funny. No, I haven't got... Oh, that's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Nice.
Yeah, I like indie games like that.
Have you gone back and read, the descriptions of the characters after you die?
No, I didn't know you could do that.
When it shows you your 3 choices, you can use the left stick and move backwards, and it'll show you a little card for the previous character you played, and usually it'll say a feeble barbarian or something like that. Or if you do well with that character, it improves the descriptor of your name, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of cool, too. Like, when you first die, if you hit square, it pulls up a thing that looks like... it's laid out just like a magic card. And, it shows, like, your power, your hit points and power, and it has a list of all your, like, traits and stuff. It's kind of neat. Yeah. It's a really basic game as far as... I mean, literally, the buttons that I'm using so far are what? Jump, attack, triangle for shield, or now I just unlocked the scream last night, or the shout.
Oh, the Barbarian King.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. I like that. And I unlocked, was it double jump last night? That one comes in handy a lot.
I'm going to tell you what you need to unlock, because since you got the double jump, it means you got the little gypsy lady.
Yeah.
You gotta get the sprint one.
The what?
Because it's like I think it's called the sprint or the dash.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's like you use the triggers either left or right, and you just go. Whoosh, whoosh, you just move sideways, and you can do it. You can jump and then do it.
Oh, okay.
So you can like dash midair, So I mean, it gets you over a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. It took me a while to unlock that one because I'm like, I don't really need to dash, and then I unlocked. I'm like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, that's actually something we didn't mention is when you're going through the castle or wherever you are, any gold you collect, when you're done, you go back to your manor, and you can unlock shit there, or you can skip that and go into the very first part of the game where you have like once you unlock the blacksmith or the I forgot what they call that woman. The Enchantress.
Yeah, that's it.
You can buy, was it runes from her, I believe, or something? Or no, you collect runes.
And armor from the other dude.
Yeah, but if you don't, like last night I went through one, and I'm at the point now that I got like 110 gold, and I'm like, oh, cool. I go back, and I'm like, oh, wow, there's nothing I can buy.
Yeah.
So when you go to enter the castle, there's this like thing there that you have to give it all of your gold in order to get into the castle again. And you can't...
Although I did find in one of my run-throughs a room that had a statue of that dude in it.
Yeah.
And you get like a token of his, and when you go back into the castle, he's like, "Oh, you found my thing. I'll let you in for free this time."
Oh, okay. So it's a one-shot get in for free.
And I also, because I unlocked, can't remember what it was, but when you unlock something at the manor, like another wing opens up and you get more things you can unlock. One of them is you can negotiate with the dude. So I think you can level up 5 times. So I think it probably costs you less gold. To go in.
Okay. Because otherwise you have to give him every gold piece of gold you have. So when you're done with your run, like you can't, like there's some of the stuff that costs like 500 gold, and most of my run throughs now I get 100 to 300 depending on if I find any treasure boxes or not.
Right.
So I'm at that point now where 200 gold isn't getting me much,
Yeah.
So it's like, man, like when you go through and you see how much you have and you're like, damn it, that's not quite enough. And you can't save any of it.
Yeah, and you got to give all the gold over to the dude.
Because the first time I did it was no big deal because when I went through, I got like 150 and I spent it. So when I go up there, I had 0, and I'm like, yeah, sure. It's like in Magic, where, it'll be like, discard your hand to counter target spell or whatever, and you have no cards in your hand. You're like, okay.
Yeah, consider it discarded.
Free, you say? Yeah. And that's what I did there. But, yeah, that was pretty... It's good fun, though. Like I said, you do have to be prepared to be really frustrated by it, but also... understand that the game is designed to basically kick your ass, at the beginning. Although, did you see there's like a trophy for dying less than 15 times and beating the game?
Jeez.
I don't know how the hell you could do that. Yeah. The only thing I can think of is, excuse me, you go through it, and you essentially avoid as many enemies as you can. You just run. Like you pull the old, like a Resident Evil move where you don't fight anything, you just run basically, you know, and you just collect as much gold as you can and just keep improving your like hit points / like running ability.
Right.
And you just run through the game as quick as you can. Maybe, and you're not obviously going to be very thorough. You're just going to try to beat the game, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I don't know how many bosses there are.
I don't either.
I don't know.
There's what, 4, I think 4 mini bosses and then 1 major boss, I think it is. Or something like
fair
that.
enough.
But anyway, yeah, I recommend
it's a cool game.
Good fun.
Yeah.
And cheap.
Rogue.
I don't know.
Legacy.
Yeah. I don't know, and if you have a Switch, it's supposed to be coming to the Switch, I believe, soon too. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Although it'll probably be more than $3.99.
Yeah, right. It was like heavily discounted when we bought it.
Yeah, I can't remember if it still is or not, but even still, I think regular price on it's only like $10 or something like that, or 15.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not much, and clearly there's a ton of replay value in it.
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, well, because it's like even the stuff you have to pay to unlock, you can't unlock it until you find the blueprints or the rooms or.
Well, what scared me a little bit is the first time, Smithy's like, bring me back the blueprints, and I get into this room and I open something and it's like blueprint, and I'm like, hot damn. So I start backtracking because I'm thinking you literally have to take it back to him.
Oh, right.
And I didn't realize you don't. It unlocks as soon as you you find it. Because he says, bring it back to me. He doesn't say.
Yeah, just find it.
Just find it, yeah. So I end up dying trying to take it back to him.
That sucks.
Yeah. Once I figured that out, I was like, man, I wasted... I mean, whatever. It was one run through, and it was a pretty shitty character I found it with anyway. So, although I read some stuff online that I didn't know, which is sometimes there's different colorations in the walls and stuff. That there's like hidden panels and different stuff like that. And there's some areas in the game you can only get into when you have the really small character.
Oh, the dwarfism.
Yeah, so I was like, I didn't know that. So, I've probably already got 30 run-throughs of the game,
Right.
So it's like, well, I guess I'll start, paying a little more attention to that, especially when I have different, like that small one as I'm running through stuff. Because remember in, what game was it? Was it one of the Mario games or something that was like that? Like there were certain areas you could only use a certain character.
Like Mario 2 or something.
I don't remember if it was that or if it was one of the newer ones. But yeah, there was something like that. Like you couldn't go into an area if you were like big or something like that. I don't know. It was some anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah. But that's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean...
Go ahead.
Good. No, I was to say, besides the auction and playing that game a lot, yesterday we went to the Black Swamp Arts Festival. Never been to that.
I haven't been to that one either. I saw him covering it on TV yesterday, but I haven't been to it.
It was cool.
Yeah, it looked like it was.
a lot of really cool stuff there. Like, like I took Leah because, she loves art and she had a great time. A lot of live music. They had a thing called the Art of Beer. I was like, oh, what's this? It's just a tasting. And most of it I've already had. So I was like, meh.
Fair enough. See, they could have done something else. Like, that's one of those situations where they easily could have found whoever does the graphics for some of the local breweries and had them maybe talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, right.
That would have been kind of a fun... Well, I guess it would have been fun for people like me. But...
Well, I mean, as a beer fan, I would have enjoyed that too, to be honest.
Like, where do you come up with some of the ideas? Because some of the cans for those beers are freaking awesome.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Some of them are pretty, here's what beer it is. But, the ones in this area have been pretty decent. Like, the graphic design on them is pretty tight.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen some cans that are very, very basic.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rheingeist cans.
Very basic, yeah.
Very basic.
There's no real graphic to them. Yeah.
But then you look at like Clown Shoes cans, and it might as well be comic book panel.
Yeah.
Can.
Yeah, they got a lot on theirs. Yep.
So I don't know, but yeah, it was. I've never been to the thing, and it was
cool.
It was cool. There was I couldn't believe the amount of vendors. I ate too much food because the food was amazing.
Yep.
And I had a great time. I'm probably for sure going to go next year too. It was neat.
Yeah, cool.
Like I grabbed a couple business because one dude had this art I loved. I wasn't showing up prepared to buy art.
Yeah.
But I'm grabbing this dude's business card because it was like like pop culture kind of stuff mixed together with I don't know. I'll have to send you his Instagram so you can check it out.
Cool. Yeah.
I dug it a lot.
Yeah.
Like Mario and a rat rod, and there's a giant like mecha bomb in the background.
Nice.
Stuff like that.
I like stuff like that kind of mushes things together.
Yeah, like it was like all very colorful, which I like. Because I've become determined that when I move on into my next house, I want to have artwork hanging up.
Yeah.
Not like movie posters, but like
right.
art.
Just classy nudes and the like. Yeah.
Classy nudes.
Actually, what would be better is to have unclassy nudes. Everybody has classy nudes hanging.
That's true.
Just nothing but just bent over spread shots everywhere in your house.
Yeah, exactly. like 1996 beaver hunt.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you can censor them in fun ways.
Like with googly eyes.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Or just a sticker with your face on it.
That should be the name of an art gallery. Non-classy nudes.
Yeah. Just the lewdest.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to have nudes in there, but just because everyone always does say, "Oh, it's classy, classy nudity or whatever."
Yeah.
Like,
not here.
Classy.
Not here. Yeah.
Yeah. That should have been classy Freddie Blassie's like arch rivals, like non-classy Billy Blassie or something. Just some redneck.
Yeah. Yes. I am a big fan of this idea.
Yeah, not as classy Billy Blassie.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, not as classy. Like, he's still got sequins and shit on his jacket, just not as many,
Yeah,
like...
it looks way rougher.
Yeah, like it's not done.
Yeah, it's half bedazzled.
Yeah.
I ran out of rhinestones.
Yeah. Those things don't grow on trees.
Come on, man.
He keeps having the wrestlers that he manages get into those like money on a pole matches just so he can try to afford more rhinestones. Ends up in a steel cage match and his opponent pours rhinestones out on the ring instead of thumbtacks,
Oh, that would be amazing. Just saying.
Yep. Oh, man.
Causes, his finishing move with the bedazzler because he power bombs him into rhinestones.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, he rolls them over to pin them and their faces just got, rhinestones imprinted all over them. That'd be great.
Yep, for sure.
Smart.
You've been bedazzled.
That would be so great. Wonder if the company that makes bedazzlers would be on board for that.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so.
Yeah, either that or after he beats him, he uses a bedazzler like on their face.
Oh shit, that's kind of hardcore.
Yeah,
that's some stone cold shit right there.
I'm sure they'd be all for that.
For sure, right?
Like all we ask is make sure the product is not covered. Like make sure we can get a good tight shot.
Actively see the bedazzler.
Yeah, not a problem.
Bedazzles her face.
Dude, that'd be a whole angle too. Like, when he's not working on some like enhancement talent, jobber. When he's, working somebody that's actually a name and he bedazzles their face and they come out and they've got to wear half a mask or something because they've been mangled by his bedazzler and
they've been bedazzled.
Yeah. I'm a monster.
Would the bedazzlers, because I'm assuming that's what we're going to call them, would his arch nemesis be like the mall airbrush guy?
Oh, God. Yeah, basically same gimmick. When he beats you, he airbrushes on it like your face or his face on your clothing or
yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
A shitty wolf or something.
Yeah.
Like two dragons flying from
the
moon.
Right. Yeah. Your wife's face, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Pulls the old Rick Rude move and comes out, always wears on his tights. He's airbrushed, like his opponent and their significant other, in a nice like heart-shaped thing on his ass,
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
That'd be classic.
That'd be great. So bad. Everything he wears is, hand airbrushed, of course.
Airbrushed. Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Drives one of those, like Econo vans with the, mountain scene on the side.
Ooh, nice. No wizards?
Well, yeah. I naturally assume people just pictured a wizard on a mountain.
All right. Of course, right. The guy from the pub. Yeah.
You said the guy from Up?
No, from the pub.
Oh, the pub.
Yeah, the one with the wizard beard.
I was like, the guy from Up? You mean the old dude?
Yeah, sure, why not?
He'd make a cool wizard, I guess.
He'd be adorable.
Right?
Yeah, just put a giant beard on him. Done and done.
Becomes like a Mr. Freeze type of situation. He becomes a wizard to try to bring back his dead wife.
Oh, jeez.
Right?
Yeah.
No one saw that one coming.
No, you're right.
Yep. What if the little old man from Up becomes a necromancer?
Oh my God, that changes the word up so much because like he's standing by her grave and he's like up as he's like trying to raise her from the dead. Yeah. Oh my God.
Everything else is raising but her.
Yeah. Including what's in his pence.
Hey,
since it's been dead for years.
Amazing. That's been dead for decades. Exactly.
Exactly.
Oh shit, that's hilarious.
Oh my God, just the terrible necromancer's jokes there. He does raise her from the dead, but he can't get a hard on. I thought you were a necromancer. Can't even raise that thing. Oh shit. So going back to video games really quick, and then I want to jump back to beer.
Oh, okay.
And I want to snap back to reality. So I won in the last 4 weeks of Grand Theft Auto Casinos. They've had 4 different cars. I've now won 3 of them.
It's cool. I've won like multiple soccer jerseys and shit. God damn it.
That is all. When I spin the wheel, that is honestly all I'm hoping for is no discount. Like I just don't want the discount one. Even the clothes, I'm happier than a discount, but it's not by much.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's always like, give me experience points, cash, or a car. Those are the things I want the most.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So yeah, last night spinning, landed I don't know if it's the same in yours or not, but there's some green car that was on the podium.
I don't remember. I played it because that's basically what I do is all.
Yeah.
If I get a little bit of downtime, I'm like, fire up GTA, spawn in a casino, get my free chips, spin the wheel.
Yep. I'll usually do that, and if Simon gives me his list before I log off, I'll go steal a car for Simon real quick. That's about it. So, yeah, and that's what I did last night. That was all I was planning on doing last night was that. Jumped in, running, spun the wheel. I was like, and I wasn't even looking, like I spun it and I got a text and I'm looking at my phone doing whatever. And then I see my guys like jumping up and down and I look and I'm like, holy shit, I want another car.
Excellent work.
I'm going to have to buy a garage just for my damn cars I win. Here's something funny. Have you tried to go sell one of the cars that you've won? Or a car that you win? You get 0 for it.
Really?
Yeah, even though to buy those cars like through the shops and stuff, most of them are like
crazy.
1.25 million or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't sell them for anything. I was like, damn, because I'm trying to save up right now for, the arena thing.
Yeah, the arena war stuff.
Yeah, I want to get that, and I also want to get a, there's something else. I don't know. Anyway, but there was a couple things I was like, damn, because I was thinking maybe I could sell a car and that would give me a nice boost. Because, like, right now I've got, like, 1.3 million. It's like if I buy the arena thing, that pretty much puts me almost at 0, you know?
And then you have to build back up to get a car.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, you can use the cars that come with it, but you're,
bumming, basically.
You can make your own car and, make it way more brutal than the cars they give you.
Yeah, and that's why it's like, so that's why I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, because I've been trying to build up a little more cash first. But
yes,
that's part of, honestly, when I'm spinning the wheel in the casino, most of the time I'm like, kind of rooting for money more than anything,
Yeah, that's fair.
But whatever. I just thought it was kind of funny how I'm just winning cars left and right. You think they would be like
cars out of the pool like all over the place.
Yeah, you think the casino would be like, all right, you're done. I was telling Fluffy Bunny Ash about it last night, and she said that I'm like that scene in Vegas Vacation when he's. When Rusty's like, I all these cars are mine, Dad, and he's like, well, I just put $1 in and I won a car. I put $1 in, I win a car. I put $1, So, good shit though.
Good shit.
Yeah. To jump back to beer, did you see the big news out of Founders?
Yeah, I can't remember who they sold to. Corona, is that what it was?
Ooh, God, I hope not. It's
sold. I know. sold to some weird company. I was like, the fuck? Like 97% of their stocks or whatever.
And they had already done a deal with them before where that company owned a portion of Founders. And the original agreement allowed that that company could buy more shares or something like that. Where is it? I got it right here. Dang it. Stupid page reloading. Yeah, it's says Founders, the 14th largest brewery in the U.S. as of 2018, filed documents that indicated that Spain's Best Beer Company, an affiliate of Madrid-based, Mahou San Miguel Group, will hold a 90% stake in the company. They currently owned 30%. And then the co-founders, Mike Stevens and Dave Engbers of Founders, will retain 5% stake each in there. So that's 10% of the 30% that's left over. Or not 30%, I'm sorry. That's the rest of the percentage.
Yeah, the rest of the percentage.
So, yeah, because it allows them to pay back their original investors to completely buy them out, which is a little weird to me. Because if I was one of the original investors and Founders, and the way that company's been, I don't know that I'd want all my money back right now. I feel like I'd still want. I
kind of want to let it ride.
Yeah, like hey, leave me 5%, kind of a thing. Right. So it's a little interesting to me how that's working out. But yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah. It's weird to me because they reference how this company will help them brand build. Because they said they haven't been good at it, and it's like, well, you're the number, what did I say, 14 or 18?
Yeah, 14 or 16 or something like that.
14th largest brewery. I feel like if you're the 14th largest brewery, you've done okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Considering that most people around the country that I've talked to, and I'm like, blah, blah, beer, if I say Founders, most of them are like, oh, yeah, I've had their beer.
Yeah.
That's so weird to me. I don't know. There's a couple things in here that just don't. I don't know. They just don't make sense to me.
Yeah, it might be one of those things too. Maybe those guys just like, we had a good run. It's time to just like hang up our hats and move on.
I've read a couple of things that says that kind of, the craft beer, because of the like seltzer market coming on super strong right now.
Yeah, super hard.
And the non-alcoholic kind of movement that's kind of coming, that there may be some thought that craft beer may be kind of starting a downswing for a while. Which I understand, but that's not going to affect Founders as much as that's going to affect Rando Small Brewery,
Yeah.
But I don't know. Whatever. I mean, these guys, and I know part of it says in here too, was the original, the two founders basically wanted less skin in the game.
Right.
And I can't blame them for that, because I'm sure this puts a nice chunk of money in their pockets. The investors originally, the original investors, I'm sure get a nice payout. It's probably good in that aspect, but, and, like every merger, everything's going to be allegedly left the same, even though we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
The part that kind of kicks me in the biscuits a little bit on this one is it's, and again, I can never hate the people, like I can't hate the Founders guys for wanting to do this. I mean, this is a great move for them. I'm sure they get a nice paid out. They still own 5% of the company, so if the company continues to do well, they still get money. But Founders was one of those companies that, like everywhere we went in Michigan, people seemed to really be prideful about Founders.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, yo, it's a small, it started small. It's from Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's, it's like, it's our beer company, and it got big, kind of a thing. Like, it's, I would assume some people in, like, the Boston area are probably similar about Sam Adams in that aspect,
yeah, I guarantee.
And then it becomes this, and now it's sold to another company, and now it's kind of like, well, it's not Grand Rapids beer company anymore. I mean, there's don't get me wrong, there's tons of great beer around Michigan, but it was still I don't know, it's weird. It kind of sucks a little for a community like that, but in the end, who cares? That doesn't put money in their pocket.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like the idea of that, like the breweries being bought up by the mega breweries, like Anheuser-Busch and buying up people left and right lately.
Yeah.
But it's like, at the same time, like, it's good for the people that, good for you. You started off this in your garage.
Exactly.
And some shit, now Anheuser-Busch is buying you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the American dream right there, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, and I'm fine with it as long as they don't fuck with the formulas and shit.
Yeah, and of course, like I said, anytime one of these mergers happens, that's what, is always said. I remember when Hasbro bought Wizards of the Coast, remember they were like, oh, we're going to leave everything the same. We're not going to fuck with anything. And then like 6 months to a year later, they're like, maybe we'll fuck with a little bit.
Yeah.
Which makes sense though. I mean, I don't know how big of a company this company is that's buying them, but some people here, said that this is a great win for the state and brewing industry, because it means Founders will have the resources it needs to be around for the long term. While that can mean expanding to other areas of the country, the company recognizes its roots in its home in West Michigan. And I don't know. Like I said, it's like you can claim Michigan pride all you want on that. And don't get me wrong, if I worked for Founders, I would still claim Michigan pride because it's still being made in Michigan and blah, blah, But
yeah,
at the same time, it's, again, it reminds you in a way of Budweiser when it got bought by InBev or whatever, It's like, oh, it's not an American beer company anymore. Even though the product's made here and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, but it's not an American-owned beer company. We're like this. This is no longer a Michigan-owned beer company.
Right.
So it's interesting because I assume that when these companies do this stuff, there's probably some backlash to it. Like, again, in Grand Rapids, I could see people going, okay, well, we'll buy from Grand Rapids Brewing or Bell's or not Bell's, I'm sorry.
Fuck those sellouts. We're going to go here.
Not Bell's. I don't know why I said Bell's. Perrin and, what's
other Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of breweries up there.
Yeah. So, yeah. But then again, most of the time, it's like me. It's like, I'm still going to buy it as long as the beer's still good because I still like Founders. So, it's,
Yeah, I mean, All Day IPA is one of my favorites.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean
whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
It is what it is. Like I said, as long as it tastes the same.
Yeah, really, that's all that matters to me. And as long as, the price doesn't go up. And it tastes the same. I'm good. They start fucking with the quality of the product, then it's another story.
And I enjoyed a nice. I found some of that Underground Mountain Brown that they just released.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the barrel aged Sumatra Brown.
Oh, I bet.
It's pretty good. It's actually not as. It was not as delicious as I was hoping it was going to be. It was pretty good.
All right.
Like, I was like, I was expecting some good things to come out of it.
Yeah, I assumed so.
Yeah, and I was like, it's good, but it's not.
Yeah. Well, that's good, but also too bad, Right. So, yeah. Have you, did you grab any double Two-Hearted?
I did not even see it anywhere.
Yeah. I saw one of the places around here post that, was it Holloway? Posted that they had it in, but it said something about pre-orders could pick it up. I didn't see anything about there's some on the shelf type thing.
I mean, I've had it before, like a beer fest, but
yeah, I can't remember if I had that one. I haven't looked. I don't think I have, but anyway, that's enough beer talk, I guess, right?
I mean, I guess.
So, you asked me. I think you asked me, didn't you, about the Popeyes sandwich?
Oh, yes.
Their chicken sandwich. Have you seen some of the, first of all, the big update on it is that Popeyes has officially announced they are sold out of this sandwich. You cannot get it. They're done with it for the moment. I'm sure they'll bring it back.
I have a news story about this, so you might have the same one I have.
Well, there's two for it, actually, that I thought were, whatever. I only actually have one, but I've seen two now for it. But, one was, did you see, what was it, in Texas, I think it was? It was like,
that's the one I have.
Is it? Okay. Or no, this is Tennessee, I'm sorry. But there was, is the one you have the hold up?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you go with that then? Because I don't have that one. I have a different one.
Okay. So this one's in Dateline, Houston.
Right.
And it was a car full of people in the drive-in, were told that, hey, we're out of those chicken sandwiches.
Yeah.
And it was a quote-unquote mob of 2 women, 3 men, and a baby.
Naturally.
Not the movie, of course. Voiced by John Travolta.
Of course.
Yeah.
His finest work, yeah.
They were told that the sandwiches were sold out, and that triggered them, apparently. One of them had a gun.
Naturally.
But they all stormed into Popeyes.
I mean, it's
the baby
Texas.
in the car.
It'd be weirder if they didn't have a gun. Like, the baby's probably the one that had the gun.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they walked into Popeyes, leaving the baby in the car with their gun out, demanding chicken sandwiches.
I love that. Let's leave the baby in the car while we hold up Popeyes.
Yeah.
Jesus,
I mean,
people.
I don't understand. These things better be the best thing I've ever had in my life if I ever get one.
From what I've read, they're pretty tasty, but I can't imagine, like, there's no way this is worth holding up a restaurant over. Not to mention,
exactly,
if they tell you they don't have it, and what do you expect here? Like, they're just going to go, just kidding, and they just pull some out of a vault, or
fooled you.
Yeah, like come on, like what's your end game here? Like, really?
Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid.
Oh, it's beyond stupid, and it gets even more stupid.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You don't say.
Dateline, Tennessee. Man sues Popeyes over sold-out chicken sandwich. Says he can't get happy.
He can't get happy.
Yes.
Okay.
So, hold on.
Would you care to elaborate, Brian?
I'm waiting for the dang story to open, because for some reason it's taking forever. Okay. So, a man in Tennessee is suing Popeyes after he tried multiple times to buy the company's new and popular crispy chicken sandwich without success. According to WTVC, Craig Barr from East Ridge accused the Miami-based fast food chain Popeyes of false advertising, deceptive business practices by the entity to the public. Countless time wasted driving to and from Popeyes, no chicken sandwich. Was told to come back this day, still no sandwich. He filed a civil lawsuit against them. He wanted $5,000 in compensation and was given a court date on October 28th, which he shouldn't have even gotten that far. Like, they should have just thrown it out.
Yeah, they should have treated him like he was DJ Jazzy Jeff and their Uncle Phil.
Yes. Yes. Or just put him in, like, stocks out in the public square or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you're out here for a few days. Barr told the Chattanooga Times Free Press, "I can't get happy. I have this sandwich on my mind. I can't think straight." Which, by the way, if he doesn't turn that into a song, he's missing an opportunity. He says it just consumes you. He reportedly blew out his tire and damaged a $1,500 rim while driving between different Popeyes locations. Seeking the famed sandwich also caused humiliation. He said his friends laughed at his situation, according to the paper. Good friends.
As they should
have. As they should have, exactly. Barr added that Popeyes intentionally overhyped the sandwiches and then lowered the quantity available to increase its popularity and attract attention. He accuses the chain of being deceptive. Who runs out of chicken? It's a big fiasco. Someone has to stand up to big corporate, he said, according to the paper.
Oh, God. This guy's an idiot.
Everyone is captivated by these sandwiches. They've got everyone gassed up on them. According to reports, Barr said that he saw a blacklist Craigslist advertisement. It said a man had a friend who was a Popeyes worker. The worker would stash the crispy chicken sandwiches in the walk-in freezer at the back of a Popeyes restaurant and then sell them to customers for $24. First of all, why 24? Why not 25?
Yeah, that's a good call.
A man indeed took Barr's money at the back of a Popeyes restaurant, then allegedly went into the store and never came back out again. Barr never saw the crispy chicken sandwich for which he yearned and paid big for. Meanwhile, the Craigslist ad has since been taken down. Chattanooga police said that they were unaware of any issues at the local restaurants. The Chattanooga Times Free Press reported that a man matching the description Barr outlined had purchased something from that Popeyes restaurant and left out the front door. "I got scammed," Barr told the paper. Really?
You don't say again.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, that's, yeah. I'm looking to see if there's anything else on here. A lot of it now is just their, on August 28th, the company, oh, no, I'm sorry. It shows a Twitter thing where, they announced that, they're done with the chicken sandwich for the moment. Like, I'm sure they'll bring it back at some point, but, so, if they're smart, this will just become their new, like, McRib, right?
Yeah, exactly. And they can hype it up like, oh, we're bringing back that chicken sandwich, y'all.
I mean, it's a fried chicken sandwich with pickles, mayo. I don't see anything else on it, maybe? I don't think there's cheese or anything on it. I think that's it.
I mean, I don't know.
Man. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I just hope that if this guy gets his day in court, that all that happens is they go through the opening stuff. The judge just says, please approach the bench. Guy walks up, and the judge just starts laughing, and then says, "Get the fuck out of here." And then, like you said, Uncle Phil's his ass out the front of the court.
Yeah, for sure.
Right down the steps. Like, dude, I'm sorry, but if you are chasing a chicken sandwich around town, that's on you. That's not on the place.
Yeah, exactly, right.
There's been plenty of stuff that's come out that's limited edition and whatever, and I'm sorry, but if you, like, again, a McRib's a good example for sometimes those things sell out fast and people have gone to multiple locations to get them. If you choose to do that, that's totally on you. That's not on...
Yeah, people are savages, man.
Yeah. Seriously, just...
Savages.
Learn to make a fucking chicken sandwich yourself.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Can't be. It's a fried chicken sandwich, like I said, with pickles and mayo.
Yeah, exactly, right.
And it's on brioche. You can buy brioche. You can buy all the other stuff and make your own. So just, just go somewhere else.
I mean, accurate.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah. Jeebus. Silly people.
Turds, man.
I know,
Turds.
Right? Or a damn sandwich.
Sandwiches. I mean, sandwiches are good.
Listen, I'm all for it, but like you got to draw a line somewhere there, And also, right. I mean, if you're at a point in your life where the idea of a chicken sandwich is consuming you that much, you should probably sit down and have a conversation with yourself.
Right, exactly.
Like maybe I should be looking for more out of life.
No, probably not.
Although, in fairness, like, every time I go by Chick-fil-A, there's a damn line at that place, so.
People love that Chick-fil-A, man.
I know. It's nuts.
Well, and I mean, let's be honest, they do treat you like royalty.
Yeah.
How may we serve you?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, well then.
Zip. I was getting my wallet out of my coat pocket.
Yeah, I keep it in my groin pocket.
Your groin towel.
Yeah, it's in my pocket, my groin towel.
Right. Well, you got to have somewhere to put your wallet. Where else are you going to put it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's kind of like those weird little zipper pockets you see in the back of yoga pants.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Next, we'll put out the groin towel with cargo pockets on it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Now we're talking.
Or a groin towel with a built-in fanny pack,
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, son.
Or is it a fanny pack with a built-in groin towel?
That's a good question. It could be both. Yeah.
Could be both.
Oh, man.
All depends on how you look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's basically all I got, oddly enough. I thought I had more than that.
Well, I really have one more thing.
All right.
Because it's probably a good thing, because I feel like I'm going to be dying in any second now, if I'm being honest.
That's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, that whole Sleepy Time Cafe.
Right.
So this Australian woman took her neighbors to court because she said they were literally ruining her life by grilling because she's a vegan.
Right. I read some of this earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. So she says that the smells and the barbecue and everything ruined her life, so she took them to court, sued them.
Mm.
Well, because the internet's the internet. Somebody made a Facebook event. It's a massive barbecue is being organized next to her house. And over 4,000 people are attending, according to Facebook, and our 10,000 plus that are interested.
Wow. How can the smell of barbecue be ruining your life?
Well, because she's a vegan, you know?
But the smell of barbecue.
I know.
You just got to forget that there's delicious meats being grilled and just suck in that smell.
Yeah, I mean,
that's like drinking from nature's teat, you know?
Exactly. The event is called Community Barbecue for Scylla Cardin, which is this woman's name, which is encouraging Western Australians to join a large-scale grill-a-thon in front of her house. Don't let Scylla destroy a good old Aussie tradition. Join us for a community barbecue in protest of her actions and help Scylla Cardin get some pork on her fork. The event says, bring your own hot dog buns. P.S. No vegans.
Oh, man.
Right?
I don't think you have to tell vegans not to show up to your barbecue.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah. I mean, maybe, but probably not. Yeah.
I mean,
how many shrimps are they throwing on that barbie?
Well, it is Australia. It's going to be all
None.
shrimps.
That's how many, because they use they call them prawns. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Jeez.
Like
it's a real dick move, don't get me wrong, but you know, at the same time, it's like, hey, look, if they're doing it in their yard, I mean, that, you know, they got the right to do that.
Well,
just
like
start grilling up some tofu on your side, you know, or whatever.
I saw the story when she was took him to court, and I was like, oh, we got to talk about this.
Yeah.
And then later that day, I saw the story when this massive barbecue is planned. I was like, oh. Haven't even talked about it yet, and there's already a salty update. That's crazy.
Perfect. We don't have to worry about it next week.
I know, right? It's crazy how that works.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty much what I got as well there, Stu.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I have just a bit of business for us to get into, but right before that, I have a shut up and take my money.
Oh, shit. Well, the soundboard is turned off because we've been just talking.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, shut up and take my money. Shut up and take my...
Shut up and take my money.
Boom. Here, I just hit you with the link.
Oh.
So they're starting to preview the exclusive pops for the New York Comic Con.
Right.
And dude, a 2-pack that they announced is Samurai Jack and Aku.
I mean, that's pretty badass.
And I has to have it. Because I've been wanting Samurai Jack and Aku pop for...
The Aku is pretty badass.
Forever. Yeah. I'm a big fan. I'm hoping that since this is a 2-pack, that this means that there may be, like, others, you know, at some point. But there's been some in the past where that's basically all they've done is just make something for a con, and that's basically it. So, you know.
That's pretty badass, though.
Yeah.
Man.
Really hoping that a lot of times they have a lot of these exclusives now are shared exclusives with like GameStop or somebody like that. So I'm hoping this one ends up at like GameStop or Hot Topic or something like that. So
right, fair enough.
If not, I'm gonna cry because, you know, it'll be much harder, much more expensive to acquire then.
Cry all the tears?
Yes. Maybe even a river or two.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that's my shut up and take my money for this week.
Oh, there you go.
Shut up and take my money.
Oh, damn. Mixed it up, huh?
Hell yeah.
I like it.
Free.
All right, and on to the quick business. First of all, you know, we still have the shirts available if people would like to buy any. The link's in the show notes. It's on the website. It's
absolutely
posted on our Instagram occasionally. Or if you just want a link, you know, you can contact us directly and we'll set you up or whatever.
I mean, you know, the guys get shirts. Don't make a fucking maniac out of me.
The guys get shirts, yeah. And then the second piece of business here is,
yes,
you know, the football season has officially kicked off.
Hopefully I don't get sued by the NFL.
I know, right? If so, I had nothing to do with that.
YouTube flags this.
Yeah.
God damn it.
10-yard penalty, yeah.
Right.
So it's kicked off. Our Dude Mountain League has kicked off. And if you would like to join, it's not too late to join that either. So just email us your email address at saltylanguage@gmail.com or send it to us via DM on the Twitters at salty_language. So since we're only, and we'll be starting our announcements, our updates for rankings and whatnot in the league next.
Oh, for sure.
Episode.
And next week, prepare for all the nonsense.
Yep. So yeah. So there you go. That's the business I have. So
beautiful.
So that's it, man. We done, man.
Oh, that's so good because I am fucking tired now.
Perfect.
That whole staying up late and then get up early thing, it doesn't work out real well for me.
Nah, it's fine. It's exactly how you should always do things. Stay up again till 2 or 3 tonight, and then,
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
You don't need sleep before work. You'll be all right.
Yeah. Bare Naked Lady said it best.
Yeah, who needs sleep? That's right.
You're never going to get it.
Yep. So, yeah, I guess with all that, head over to the Salty Language website at saltylanguage.com. All the links are there. Various other stuff's there. There's things to push on and make sexy time. I don't know. Just probably
terrific.
Making most of this up now.
Excellent work.
But the networks we're part of are over there, like the Tangent Bound Network and...
Oh, shit. Where'd he go?
I said, and...
and... Oh,
boy.
Brian, I am... Where the fuck did it go? You kidding me right now?
Well, I mean, it's not like you use it every week.
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
That was Bizarro World.
Oh, shit. So go check those networks out for some other fun stuffs to listen to. Oh, man. Wow.
Yeah. That's a sign right there.
Yeah, it is. If you want to, contact us, you can do so, like I said, email at saltylanguage@gmail.com. On Twitter, saltylanguage, or Jesus Christ, Brian, salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
You can find me at Monotony. And, we're on all the social media. Just go to saltylanguage.com. It's all there.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to spell this out for y'all?
Yes, you do.
Okay. SALT.
Right. So I guess until next time, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Oh, man. Stay in your pillow for like 8 hours.
That's
and salty, I guess.
That seems like pretty good advice.
Oh, man. It's great advice.
And, yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you figure out a way for lefties to get bone hooks, I guess. I don't know. I got nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going out on a low note. Yeah.
It's great. Great way to end.
Don't let go, Tony.
I know, right? Was this the end of Titanic?
Yeah, basically. Sure feels like it.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure everyone watching is relieved, crying, aroused.
Yeah, all at the same time.
And, in need of a bladder emptying. So,
sort of growing towel comes in.
Mm-hmm. Another good use for it. Extra absorbent.
Extra absorbent, yep. Nice and soft.
Yep.
Mm.
Just make sure you don't get it confused with your face towel.
That's true.
Just saying. Probably a bad idea. So, all right, we'll talk to you next week.